What's up, everybody? This is William Kirk. Today is June 26, 2009, and yesterday, June 25th, was a day that we never saw coming, at least not anytime soon. Michael Jackson passed away at the age of 50 of a heart attack, and we all know we live in this digital age. When you get a text message from a friend or you get some sort of phone call and you say, "Oh, Michael Jackson died," you don't think it's serious because you don't think of Michael Jackson dying. You think in terms of him just being Michael Jackson as a mystical individual who went through so much in his life and contributed so much. He's somebody who gave back life and didn't take away from it. So, regardless of how you felt of his personal struggles, the man has the heaviest influence in the music game to date by far. I mean, there's nobody else. Let's just put it like that. I mean, we can sit here and make arguments and say, well, this person, that person, and I'm a musician, and I totally can look at it from the artist side, and I can look at it from the person who appreciates music side. But with that being said, Michael Jackson has done more for the world in terms of his influence and his contribution to music. And yesterday was a hard day. Let me just tell you about the day I had yesterday. So, yesterday was the album release party for me for The Sound Volume 3. And I woke up yesterday already kind of weirded out that Farrah Fawcett died, and I'm not influenced by her as much. Didn't follow her career as heavy, but I knew she was important. She's an iconic person in this culture of America and life. She struggled with colon cancer and didn't recover, and I'm sad to see her go away. That's life, and I respect life. I love life. So when you see it perish, you have to pay reverence to that, no matter if you like them or not, because they're never gonna come back. They're only here in spirit, and the spirit exists forever, but the physical is gone. But yesterday was crazy. I had to run some errands. I had to prepare myself for the party. I had to talk to a lot of people on the phone. Hey, what time you starting? What time is the party? Da 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 da, and so on and so forth. So anyway, I had some things to do in the afternoon, so I had to get out the house. But before I got out the house, I turned on the TV, and I never really watched CNN or MSNBC, at least since the primary election and the whole political thing from last year, from the Barack Obama thing. But anyway, I heard the news that he went into cardiac arrest, but I didn't think he would die. I didn't think that he would not come back. They said that he just got rushed to the hospital. So I'm thinking, that's sad. I don't want to see Michael Jackson sick, but, about to go run these errands. He'll be fine. Totally took it for granted, literally. I mean, and I'm not saying that to say that I'm that type of person. It's just that as humans, we tend to think that somebody like Michael would not die. And we take it for granted that he may actually perish. He may leave the earth. But I was driving up north to go pick up a few of my friends for the party, and I got a whole bunch of text messages, just like everybody else did. And it started to hit me. I turned on the radio, listened to the local radio stations, the rock stations, the R&B stations, the pop stations. They all were playing his music, and I was really, really, really upset. I was sad. I mean, I was choked up, and I didn't know how I was going to get through the night, knowing that I had to perform. I had to be a cheerful and jubilant person, and I had this on my mind and my heart. But I knew everything was going to be okay when my friend, she got in the car, and we started kind of reflecting on his life. We started talking about our Michael Jackson experiences growing up, like the first time we heard this, the first time we heard that, and the first time we danced to this. And it's safe to say that Michael Jackson is easily has influenced the world. He has influenced everybody in the world. I mean, when you're talking about a breadth of his career, like from top to bottom, from the time he was little Michael, from the time he passed away yesterday, he had a lot to contribute back. He gave so much. I mean, And so I don't want to bore you with the whole details of what Michael Jackson means and all this, because everybody knows that his work speaks for itself. He sold more copies of any album than any artist. He sold 50 million plus of Thriller, and he sold about a quarter of a billion copies of all the music combined. And I would have easily given a body part just to work with him or just to meet him. But anyway, he's gone. He's perished. He's transcended. He's resting. He's had a long and hard life, and we all know that his struggles sometimes supersede his great work. But his work is not to be forgotten. We need to remember that he contributed more to life than he took, and that he was an important factor in us understanding the joy of life. So for everybody who may even think about the same old Michael Jackson jokes that we used to crack on, those jokes don't matter anymore. They don't matter. I mean, the man is gone. He's resting in heaven. God bless his soul. And the man is free from the troubles of the world. You know, because the world could be a hard place to live in, especially if you're Michael Jackson. You got people living in their cars in front of his house. And you had those same people drive in their cars that they were living in to the hospital where he was about to, pass away. And you got to respect life. You got to, honor it for what it is. I thank everybody who came out last night. I thank everybody, my friends, my family. I was able to perform for my family. That was a blessing. I was able to perform with my friends. And we just uplifted each other. We just took the night and had a fun time. It was a blast. I mean, I think it was a success, but obviously this is the potential for it to be better was still, in the rafters of life because of what happened. But it's cool because we have to uplift each other. I mean, so that goes for everybody out there too. You gotta uplift each other. Don't sit there and have a pity party. Don't sit there and get choked up and cry all day. I mean, I'm kind of doing it now, but I'm trying to be some sort of a beacon of strength, of light, rather, a beacon of light to uplift everybody's reverence of him and just reflect on life. Just reflect on his life. Reflect on the life of those in your life that are gone. And just know that it's not guaranteed to anybody. I mean, I could tell you this from experience, and this is sort of why, some of us may have this experience with us in terms of dealing with it, because my father passed away at the age of 51 in 2003, and I totally didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming at all. I woke up one day, and the next thing you know, I got the news from my grandmother that he passed away, and I'm like, he wasn't sick. It wasn't like he was going through something or like, oh, we just saw it coming. It just happened, and broke my heart. To this very day, he's still with me, but physically he's not within reach. But that's how we got to treat life. Life is not something that you say, well, the person is dead, so we move on. I mean, no, their spirit still lives. So, I mean, I'm not getting religious or anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, each of us has something within us that is deeper than our shell. And we have to understand that, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter what you believe in, but you know that Michael Jackson has an effect on everybody because everybody reflects and mourns his loss because he's no longer physically here. But to bring some life to the whole surface, Michael Jackson is a great influence of the world. He's a true humanitarian. He wrote some beautiful music that we all can sing, down the list. I remember being at a party early this year singing PYT on a karaoke, and it was the first time I ever done karaoke. And I'm an artist. I'm William Kirk. Most people say, well, man, you go to karaoke all the time. I'm like, no. If I'm going to sing something, I'm going to sing some Michael Jackson. So, I'll pay homage to him. I'm going to, write a few tunes maybe and just reflect, and you should do the same thing too. All right.